Hello, welcome to Temple Baptist Church in Poplar, Bluff, Missouri. It's our devotional time. We're going to be in 1 Samuel chapter 4. We'll look at 11 verses. I know for me that's a little unusual, but I think we need these this morning to get us to the thing that we're going to be most concerned about. We're probably going to be most concerned about verse 8, and it says, "Woe to us, who will deliver us from the hands of these mighty gods? These are the gods who struck the Egyptians with all the plagues in the wilderness." And those are little g's, if you notice that. But let's start in verse 1. "Now Israel went out to battle against the Philistines and encamped beside Ebeser, and the Philistines encamped at Ampek. Then the Philistines put themselves in battle array against Israel, and when they had joined battle, Israel was defeated by the Philistines, who killed about 4,000 men at the army in the field. And when the people came into the camp, the elders of Israel said, 'Why has the Lord defeated us today before the Philistines? Let us bring the ark of the covenant of the Lord from Shiloh to us, and then it comes among us, it may save us from the hands of the enemy.' So the people sent to Shiloh, that they might bring from there the ark of the covenant of the Lord of hosts, who dwell between the cherubims, and the two sons of Eli, Hophni, and Phinehas were there with the ark of the covenant of God. And when the ark of the covenant of the Lord came into the camp, all Israel shouted so loudly that the earth shook. Now when the Philistines heard the noise of the shout, they said, 'What does the sound of this great shout in the camp of the Hebrews mean?' Then they understood that the ark of the Lord had come into the camp. So the Philistines were afraid, and they said, 'God has come into the camp.' And they said, 'Woe to us, for such a thing has never happened before. Woe to us! Who will deliver us from the hands of those mighty gods? Those are the gods who struck the Egyptians with the plague in the wilderness. Be strong and conduct yourself like men, you Philistines, that you do not become servants of the Hebrews as they have been to you. Conduct yourself like men and fight.' So the Philistines fought, and Israel was defeated. Every man fled to his tent. There was a very great slaughter, and they fell of Israel 30,000 foot soldiers. And the ark of God was captured, and the two sons were captured with it that were there." So here's the thing I want to talk about. Now there's a story told of a soldier by the name of Tom. He felt a click under his combat boots, and instinctively he he bounded away in a leap, adrenaline-filled leap, and the deadly device hidden under the ground did not detonate. Now, I've heard war stories of that, seen war stories of that. It just didn't happen. And so, but later on, when the explosive ordnance disposal team unearthed 80 pounds of high explosives from the spot. The story goes now that Tom wore those boots until they fell apart. He called them "my lucky boots." Now, what he's doing here, he is clinging to those boots maybe to simply commemorate his close call. He did have a close call. It was a very close call, or even give them more of a spiritual label, blessed. Danger arises when we credit an object, even a symbol, as a source of God's blessing. That's it. The Israelites here learned the hard way, didn't they? The Philistine army had just routed them in battle. I mean, they'd been defeated, wasn't no doubt about it. And after Israel reviews, some of them think that the Ark of the Covenant ought to be brought into the rematch. We bring that in, we're going to rematch, and after all, the Ark of the Covenant, it's a holy object. So surely, not going to do that. But Israel had the wrong perspective. By itself, the Ark couldn't bring them anything. They were putting their faith in an object instead of in the presence of the one true God. This young man was putting his faith in those lucky boots rather than the hand of God not allowing that bomb to explode. And so we know that Israel suffered an even worse defeat this second time around, and the ark, they even captured the ark. So that's just, a reminder for us is to pray and thank God for His goodness. That's fine to do that, but they're never the source of blessings. It's God and God alone that blesses. Yeah, he can say he was lucky with those boots. A lot of people want to use the word lucky today, and that's okay. Boy, I was lucky. I didn't have that wreck today. I just barely missed that car by a minute. How about being blessed? How about God being in control of that? I believe in the divine hand of God. He's in everything. And our prayer is that you will take into consideration that God is the one. Don't have the wrong perspective of thinking this object here or that object there is going to help me in life when God is the only one that can help. So, just our faith in God. When we're faced with circumstances, about what do you focus your hope on? Are you going to focus your hope on a pair of boots? Or are you going to focus your hope on God? My prayer is you focus on God. We invite you to come and be a part of our services here at Temple. We meet on Sunday mornings at 8 o'clock. We have Sunday school at 9. Second service for Sunday morning is at 10 o'clock. Sunday night at 6. Wednesdays at 7. Come and be a part of those services. May God bless you is our prayer.